Well, they're going to certainly have the chance to answer that question this coming Sunday. They are facing none other than Shamrocks. They will travel to Randall's Island for that game. That's going to be at 2 p.m. As Jacob mentioned, that was an absolute classic between those two in the full season. Let's see how it ended with absolute pandemonium in stoppage time.
And we're into added time. All eyes on the referee for how much additional we'll have at the end here. Here comes Sanfo, trying to stand one up for Asante. Coming across as Laurinetto, gets a good shoulder to it. Missed kick on the clearance. Asante still in here, tries to chip the keeper. Kawanwo Asante has won it for Shamrock.
One of many moments of stoppage time drama we saw in 2022 in the Cosmopolitan Soccer League. It was almost too much for the heart to take sometimes. But that was how it finished last time. Those two will face each other, Shamrocks and Nyack, this Sunday. Of course, you know it's a live stream at Game and Frame at 2 p.m. Let's have a look now at Shamrocks. Top scorers in the league, joint top scorers with 28 goals, I think is the tally. Very free-flowing going forwards. This was a wonderful move that they scored against Richmond. Trincy Line, who is also in fine form. He's got a hat-trick in the Kilby Cup, combining with Christian Oy. And then Sampho, who on his day, just an absolute powerhouse in midfield. And he powered this one in for a massive goal for the Rocks. But George, you saw them as well in one of their two defeats. I saw them in the other. The two defeats also came against direct title contenders. So you saw them in that very narrow 2-1 defeat against Sanzak. What was the story behind that game?
For starters, for me, from what I've saw so far, I think Shamrocks have one of the most best individual quality amongst. In every position, they have something that separates. Samfo, as you mentioned, Asante, these players can win something, can win a game by themselves. For me, Sanzak on the given day was more of a team, and they suffered a lot in that match. Shamrocks were controlling the game in various moments, but just really it was a game of one moment can really change the game. One moment can decide the game, whether it be a moment of class, quality, or in this case, luck. There was a little bit of a mix-up between center-back, goalkeeper, and then Merkulic was at home to tap in, and really was the easiest really goal he'll score. I'm sure he scored another one, a little bit more difficulty. We'll discuss that, I'm sure. But, it just happened to fall to him, and he tapped it in, and that was really a momentum-changing 3-point for Sanzak that really jolted their season. But it could have gone the same way. Shamrocks could have scored two, and the game could have been lost, or it also could have ended in a tie. Which on the given day, I thought, okay, this is going to be a tie. Both teams fought with everything. It was a great quality game of soccer, although it didn't have many chances. But that's kind of sometimes how it is in this very, very competitive league. And Shamrocks, got the job done.
As you mentioned, that game could have gone back and forth.
Excuse me, Sanzak got the job done.
I mean, it's hard to get it straight when, as you said, the games are just so tight.
It could have.
It could. I mean, and to your point, that it could have gone either way. Like so many games, I actually got given an incredible stat by now I guess part-time Game and Frame statistician, but full-time Richmond County manager, as well as maybe his full-time job of being a dad, but mainly statistician, Hal Bukanovic, who sent me a stat saying 56% of games so far in this season were won by one goal or were drawn. So in other words, if I'm using my maths brain, 44% of games were won by 2 goals or more. The rest were either draws or just razor thin margins, which is obviously what's made it such an exciting season. And I think that's really what's made this the best Division 1 season as well, is that there has been 1 or 2 blowouts, but not many, which you sometimes see in a lot of amateur football. But the level of players generally is just so high across the league. It is high, fine margins normally that are separating them. So I saw Shamrocks a fair bit in the Kilby Cup. It was definitely a mixed experience for them. That defensively they looked pretty good, but one thing I think that maybe was of some concern to them was the lack of goals against Division 1 opposition. When they played CPR in Richmond, they had lots of the ball, just couldn't really find opportunities or put them away. But defensively, they really showed their grit. This is them against Hoboken. They played this whole game, Hoboken too, in the Division 2 side. They played this whole game down to 10 men. McAleenan here, he's a big man, but he covers the ground like a Ferrari. Look at him here. Some fantastic tackles, but Shamrocks, I think, have got a level of grit that even on their off day can help carry them through. Probably, you could say that probably about a couple of teams, but I think Shamrocks is almost, they've been in Division 1 so long, they're almost the ultimate amateur soccer team, in that they understand even when someone's car broke down and they're down to 10 men, they kind of know how to get the result out.